So it's definitely been a little bit of time, and to get back into it, we're going to be doing a tag from the lovely Little Cosmic Crow who created this, and thank you so much. I will put a link to theirs down below, and this is called the hashtag Get to Know Your Witches tag. So let's get through it, shall we? 1. Does your sun sign zodiac portray you correctly? If not, do other planetary signs. My sun sign is a Gemini, so I would say yes in a lot of ways, but I'm very happy that I looked into the other aspects of my astral chart, because you're so much more than just your sun sign, and I love to use astrology as kind of a guideline to be like, does that apply to me? Does that work? Does that mess with me? Should I use lessons from that? So knowing that I have a whole bunch of earth in my chart and a lot of my moon is a Capricorn moon really makes me understand why I fluctuate so much between like chaos and structure and chaos and structure. So knowing the full chart is very well, but definitely the Gemini for like my overall personality, kind of like the over encompassing thing with it, definitely applies. So that's a yes. What else we got? What song brings you the most magical vibes? Probably Into the Woods by Lord Huron is probably the most quote-unquote magical. Like, I feel like when I listen to that song I kind of tap into something very primordial feeling of magic-y. Yeah, that's it. Let's go with that one. Which one of your deities, guides, ancestors is the most sarcastic with you? I mean Loki. Oh, it's Loki. Loki's always probably the most sassy. Sobek gives him a run for his money though, let me tell you, even though that crocodile doesn't even have many expressions, because crocodile. Oh, the sass that comes from them. Honestly, they're all pretty sassy. I think they know I respond well to sass, and sometimes I just need a little bit of a kind of look to get the message. Which witchy mess up or no? What is my biggest witchy mess up or misinterpretation? Number 4. I mean, let's go, like, I'll do like a practical one and then like a non-practical. And I mean by that, like, I probably tried to make a sacred ink once, and before I could even use it, it totally molded over. It was like I followed a recipe from somebody else's, and I was like letting it set and charge in the full moon, and by the next day it was just not usable. And it was probably one of the times where I felt a little defeated too, because I was like trying to get into more tactile types of things, and it just it didn't work out. I don't know if it was like the heat where I kept it, the type of bottle, how I mixed it. I don't know how I did it wrong, but it was a hot mess. And then on the less tactile side, I'd say I really had it in my head for a really long time that witchcraft wasn't customizable, and that there's a certain path or way you should follow to make it work the best. Like, someone always knew better than me and my inner knowing, whether that came to working with my deities or how to do a spell or what the like correlations of certain things are, all of that stuff. And when it finally really clicked, like where I stopped constantly seeking answers from others, is probably when I started noticing that my magic worked way more effectively, if that makes sense. Would you write a book on your craft / spirituality? Why? If already have, what are your challenges in doing so? I would love to write a book about my craft or my experience with the craft. I will probably never write a how-to book, because I mean, there's so many wonderful ones of them out there for much more experienced people who can really break down certain aspects of stuff. But a book about my experiences, a translation of those experiences, certain things, I would love to write. So yeah, we'll move on from there. If someone were to summon you into their circle, what 5 items would they need? Okay, this will be interesting. Let's see, coffee, because I'm a basic witch, rain or storm water, candles, some sort of cauldron, something. 5's hard. What's a 5th thing that just kind of like embodies like that's a yes, that's a me? Some sort of black cloth or something. Let's go with that, black cloth. Yeah. Seems very basic and witchy, but I mean, that's just me. I'm not complicated. 7, if you were a ghost, what place would you haunt? Ooh, no, I don't want to haunt nothing. If you ever see me as a ghost anywhere, help a girl out. Do a little crossing over spell, an exorcism, whatever. Do something. Help. But I guess if I was dead, like a place I'd like to like revisit one last time, honestly, like I probably would have to say like my backyard when I was growing up as a kid. There's this swing set that my dad probably had to reinforce like several different times because I like didn't believe in stopping swinging even though I was a teenager, because it kind of like was very meditative for me. I don't know, but I would haunt the hell out of that swing set if I wanted to visit one last place and kind of mess with people just like before I moved on to something new. Like I would definitely be that one. It's like the creaking swings. I'd be like, I'm gonna mess with these and like swing on these one last time. That'd be fun. But if I'm there for too long, somebody help. What is the funniest way someone has reacted to your finding out a witch? I don't know. I probably would say my Aunt Stacy probably would be the funniest reaction, or my Aunt Stacy and my Uncle Wally together, because they were very much like, and like I laughed my butt off when he was just like, my Uncle Wally particularly, like I was kind of like talking about stuff with them about how it's a spirituality and different things and yada yada, and they're very practically minded people. And my uncle was so slow, like, you have a cauldron you bubble over, like totally joking, like not thinking that was a real thing. And I went, yes, it's tiny, it's right here. And he was just like, what are you doing? And I think he was taking it very like, really, what? But other than that, that's probably the funniest reaction. Anyone who would have a very like adverse-ish reaction, I can kind of feel that coming, so I just don't share. Do you have any superstitions? Like the black cat crossed the path thing? Not really, but I do have a thing with mirrors. Mirrors freak me out. They feel very portal-y, very like I would never in my life have or will ever do that Bloody Mary thing that kids do when they were young. If you could possess any fantasy magic, what would your power be? Honestly, something with weather, that'd be great. Like I would love to be able to like just like when I'm feeling it, like conjure up that calm before the storm weather, but be able to like cancel it out before like any like major monsoon situation happened. That would be great. I would love to just be able to like bring in all this like weather to me at once, and if someone's pissing me off, just be like wind swirling around me, like yes, all of the yes to that. What is something random on your altar? It is on my altar. So yeah, there's like this antique-ish necklace that I just kind of like placed there, and I don't feel the need to take it off right now, which sometimes when there's things like that happening where I'm just like, random thing I want to put here, I feel like it's almost like when you have those random instincts, listen to them, it helps me tune into my intuition more, and then like later on I'm always like, that worked very well in this spell. I'm like, oh hey, I've been charging this in my altar for this long, I should use it. So there's currently a weird antique-ish necklace on there, just chilling there. So, and what else? If one of the YouTubers you watch was a genie and they could grant you 3 wishes within their power, who would it be and what wishes? Can't be more wishes. Oh goodness, a cat. Let's see. I probably would want the lovely Kellyanne Maddox to grant me access to her vocabulary, because that woman, how she speaks is just like, I'm always so fascinated with how people use words and put them all together, and like her playful, intellectual, just amazing mishmash of vocabulary is just like it's so entertaining. Like every time I watch any of her videos, like half the time I just sit there and listen, and I have to like rewatch because I like get entranced by like a phrase she uses, and I'm just like, makes me so happy. So like I want that. So which one? Does it have to be the same YouTuber? I mean, honestly, if I can do like any 3 wishes, I would like ask for them to like astral travel to me so we could have like a discussion, probably beyond that, just because I don't know, I have a very big thing with like, hey, I want to use my own magic because I feel like it gives more oomph to something, and 2, a lot of times it's just like I just want to talk about magic, so if we could like do that face to freaking face, oh yes. So like I'd be like, Ashley, get your butt over here into the Pacific Northwest. I would have random definitely over like astral travel to the Pacific Northwest or something so we could all chat. Yeah, no, all of my witchy friends, I'd just be like, y'all come be face to face with me, even if it's just in a magical portal way, and tell me what you see, type of deal. I want that, all of that. If you could instantly become an expert in any part of your craft / spirituality, what would it be? Astrology. I swear to God, I stare at those charts. I have a series on my channel called What the F Universe, which is basically me trying to figure out astrology through my chart and whatever else. I haven't posted a video on that in a while. Maybe I'll do that. Another one of those. Comment down below if you guys like that series, or if you haven't checked it out or anything like that, because it's basically like one clumsy ass witch trying to figure it out, a figure to take you along for the ride. But astrology is just, it's so complex and so interwoven, and like once you figure out your birth chart, then you overlay it with like what's currently going on with the cosmos, and it's just like there's so much and so much to interpret and so much to look into, and times when, and all these different stipulations. Like it makes quite a bit of a mess. So I would love to just be like an expert in astrology right now, so I could like use that more actively, I guess, in my spirituality. When you die, what do you think will happen to your soul? I mean, kind of, I guess a cornerstone is to my craft and spirituality is the fact that I like to admit that I don't fucking know. I like to, like, no one really knows for sure what the hell is going to happen. We're all doing very educated guesses. So I don't really know at all what's going to happen. I might just disappear, be recycled energy-wise into it. My consciousness could move on into something. It could be a whole bunch of like reincarnation type of deal. And at times I lean more towards one and then I lean more towards the other. But yeah, I think that's kind of the interesting part. When I die, I hope that death will kind of be a gateway, and that there will be either a understanding of, okay, I figured out what was going on in that life, here are those lessons, move on to the next. Or it will be a sort of like a transfer of consciousness or something like that, because the one thing that kind of gets me is the amounts that I have learned in this lifetime already, and knowing how much more there is to learn out there definitely makes me think that it couldn't all be done in one lifetime period. So there has to be something, whether it's that the universal consciousness is learning through me, or I personally need to learn more things as a soul embodiment type of deal. It's interesting. And I've also had, I've shared before on this channel, past life experiences, or I would say shocking, weird instances that have intrigued me and kind of terrified me. One through a past life meditation, and another one was a very, I don't even know what you call it, like it was like just like a snap, boom, like something clouded over. I had a very magical, weird, ethereal moment that I can't quite pinpoint to anything else. And I don't know, I'll link that video down below or in the card thingies or something. But that has always really made me think of how would I know something if I had not experienced it already, and is it possible that it is just another lifetime, in another dimension, in another something, and that these experiences all add up to something, whether it's just more knowledge, more experience, something, I don't know. So yeah, that's kind of how I am about my soul in general. And then finally, where do you see yourself spiritually in the next 5 years? So spiritually, I don't know, I think there's like several corner points to it. Like one, I would hope that I've been kind of like building slowly my traditions, and somewhat as I have been practicing the craft these last couple of years, I would really hope that I have some traditions that I have pulled from other people or whatever, based on for the Sabbats and things like that, just because I really enjoy taking time to celebrate the Sabbats and mark the passing of the wheel of the year. I think it's very, I know, it makes my Capricorn moon happy. It gives me some structure, and it reminds me to be in the moment a little bit and understand that everything changes and flows. It's always a cycle. So it kind of feeds my Gemini, everything must constantly change, along with there's a structure to the change of my Capricorn moon. It works very well. So I'd like to kind of like have different things that I do for each of those Sabbats in very strong, structured ways, which is great. And they've been slowly but surely building overall as I've been doing them. So I'd like to have those kind of fully fleshed out, have the experiences done. I would love to hopefully have people to experience those with. And I also am hoping that in 5 years time, there's like, I'll have runes kind of under control. I'll have really a fantastic understanding of tarot, and be able maybe to experiment more in some ways, maybe come up with some of my own layouts and things like that. That would be great. And also I'd love to not per se have a coven, because I definitely like the solitary aspect. I like using my own magic. It's mine. Like, I don't want to work magic with other people, but I love discussing magic with other people. Like, I would love, love, love to have like a really great close-knit group of witchy, magical thinking, spiritual friends who we can like all get together and like have a bunch of coffee or a bunch of a nice lovely glass of something alcoholic, and we can all like just shoot the shit over weird magical thinking, or like what happened in my practice in the last couple of weeks, and like, this is so fucking weird, I don't fucking know, type of deal. Just because I really do, it's one of the reasons I love YouTube and the witchy community in some respects, is that like I can have that kind of dialogue-ish with people, but if I could have that maybe-ish in person, I think that'd be great too. So yeah, that's probably what I would hope for myself in 5 years, and then just continuing expanding on my magical skills-esque in every other way, shape, or form. Read as many witchy books as possible, just because I thoroughly enjoyed when they don't stress me out. So anyway, those are all the lovely things on the Get to Know Your Witches hashtag. Again, I'll put it down below, all the lovely things. Thank you again to the lovely little cosmic crow for making this tag, and also to Ashley for poking me and saying, hey, you're tagged, go do the tag. I'll put both their channels down below for you guys to check out. And now that we are hopefully out of this creative slump, I can get back to actually doing things. So I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.